Happy Monday, guys. Welcome to another edition of PuckTime Playoff. PuckTime. And Andrew McInnes is away on holidays. He's back on May the 11th. And if he was here, he'd be celebrating the Montreal Canadiens win in Game 7, where they only had a total of 9 shots on goal. I can't remember the last time a team won a series and a Game 7 with only 9 shots on goal. But up next for them, the Buffalo Sabres and the Montreal Canadiens. But we have a couple games tonight, and joining me in the hot seat, none other than the Prez. Prez,
yeah, baby.
What is going on?
Glad to be here, Carm. Really excited talking hockey. I'm had the best start to the hockey playoffs of my entire life, Carm. Literally, I have not lost an NHL total yet. These playoffs, I'm 12-3 to start the playoffs. I've got a 5% play up for today. We'll talk about that later, but I'm really excited. And dude, that Habs game was so crazy, man. I mean, the shots weren't as indicative of the play. Montreal did carry the puck. It wasn't a tilted ice. And to be honest, Tampa Bay, although I think they did hit a couple of goalposts, I don't feel like Tampa Bay got robbed. I don't feel like they walked into a hot goaltender who stood on his head. I mean, I felt like all their shots were weak from the outside. They didn't have a whole lot of scoring chances. I thought the game was kind of even, minus the shots.
Yeah, I think it's the student beat the teacher in Marty St. Louis and John Cooper. I think St. Louis had the right game plan in place. He limited the chances. He limited any shots in front of the net. He kept everything to the perimeter, and Dubas took care of the rest. So kudos to Montreal. They did what they needed to do. I don't think many people coming into this series gave them much of a chance. I said it prior to game one that they were being disrespected at plus. I think they were plus 210 to win the series. It was like minus 270 for Tampa Bay. I just didn't understand that price. Anyone who took Tampa Bay on that price obviously now is realizing it wasn't a good idea. Taking them, 2 teams that finished the season with identical points. And
very weird.
And just a couple points from actually winning the Atlantic Division, and you had that disparity in the price. So with that said, yesterday was one of those days. One low-scoring game, and then one game in which 15 goals. I get it. I had the over in that game. 15 goals. Game ones is sort of where they let loose before they settle into the series. Game 1 of the Montreal series was the only game that had more than 5 goals in it. That had 7. And then they sort of settled in the last couple of games were really low scoring. I think at some point they'll settle in this Colorado-Minnesota one, but I'm not even exactly sure if that'll happen in game 2 yet. The Avs are scoring at will, and Minnesota's not going to give up. So that's going to be a very good series. But we have another surprise team, the Anaheim Ducks, and playing the Vegas Golden Knights, Prez. And let's have a look at this one. My thoughts on this, Prez, and then I'll go to you on whether you want to talk about a side. I'll talk about totals. You talk about sides in these ones, if you don't mind. But you look at this one, and a lot of people are saying the Ducks are free rolling. They're playing with house money because they beat the Edmonton Oilers. I don't see it that way. I think the Ducks are just as live in this series as they were in against the Edmonton Oilers. Less. I do. I think less to worry about. And of course, the Edmonton series, we're hearing all the news now of Connor McDavid, fractured foot. He still continued to play. I get it, but this Knights team is a good team. But I just think that game 1 against the Ducks, if they're going to win one of the 2 games in Vegas, it has to be game 1. So I think you have to, from my perspective, you have to sprinkle something on the Ducks unless you're a totals guy. But from a totals perspective, I'm correlating the Ducks with the over and Vegas with the under. So I like the Ducks today. I probably won't get to the window on them, but I will get to the window on the over 6.5. What are your thoughts on the side?
Yeah, look, Carm, you and I see this a little differently. You know, you talk about Anaheim having less to handle here versus Edmonton. I'm not with you on this. I think this Vegas team is much deeper than Edmonton. Anaheim needs to roll out their two best defense when you're playing Leon and Connor together, and then every line after that basically is not around. This Vegas team has got at least two really, really quality lines. I mean, the first line doesn't have Mitch Marner on it. It has got Jack Eichel. The second line, Mitch Marner. You got Mark Stone. You got Barbashev. This team is loaded with talent. They can score all four lines. They're good defensively, and they're a very heavy team. I think I think Vegas is going to come out. I'd like to bet total who wins in the hits. I say Vegas -8 on hits. I think they're going to be all over this Anaheim team. And I think Vegas, you know, this is a veteran team with a nucleus that won the Stanley Cup 3 years ago. I think they get it done tonight. I think they get it done in regulation. I don't think this series is going to be a 7-game series, you know, and it's not that I don't like Anaheim. It's that Anaheim got a wounded duck in their first round, a team that literally came out without any goaltending whatsoever. Like the Edmonton Oilers. Oh, there it is. A goal was just scored on the Edmonton Oilers, and they're not even playing. Anaheim came into the playoffs losing like 12, 11 of 13, something like that. I'm not high on this Anaheim team. I think Vegas gets it done. I think Vegas wins the series in 6.
All right. 6. Okay. So that would mean clinching. I always think it's tough to clinch on the road. Although the Sabres did do it against the Bruins. They lose game 5 at home.
Montreal did it last night.
And Montreal did it last night. So it is getting away from the norm. We used to think that if the Knights have home ice advantage, they're either going to win it in 5 games, sort of the gentleman's handshake sweep, call it, or it goes 7 games and they have a home ice. Things have changed. Teams win on the road. We saw that with in the Dallas and mini series. We saw it in Montreal series, and we saw it in the Sabre series. So I completely get it where you're coming from. I don't know if it goes 6 games. If Vegas is the better team, they're going to get it done in 5. But I still think the Ducks are a very well-coached team.
One of the best. Joel Quenneville is unbelievable coach, but you know who my favorite coach is, and you know who I'm cheering for these playoffs.
Oh, it's not Craig Berube because the Leafs aren't in the playoffs.
My favorite coach is always, dude, what is my Twitter icon? It's the Fawns. There's only one coach that looks exactly like the Fawns.
John Tortorella. Yes, I get it. I get it. How can you not like Lindy Ruff? Come on, man.
I do like Lindy Ruff. Dude, I am cheering for Buffalo. I am cheering for Buffalo. I'm cheering for Vegas. Okay, there you go.
All right. So you want a Buffalo Vegas Stanley Cup final? I get it. That would be fantastic. Jack Eichel returns home to Buffalo. Gets booed.
That's
and
not
the
his
Sabres. Well, it was for what, 5, 6, 7 years?
Yeah. But where was he born? He's American,
I have no idea.
Right? Yeah,
he's American. Yeah. So.
Okay.
Last time I checked, Buffalo was in America. But anyways, with that said, Prez, okay, so the price on this actually, the price
it's -110 in regulation, and that's how I would bet this. I do want to point out that Anaheim has won all 3 matchups this year. They beat, and all 3 ended 4-3. All 3 games they played ended 4-3. 2 of them went to overtime. Anaheim won all 3. This is a very different Vegas team, though.
Yeah, it is a different Vegas team. I'm looking for the series price on this. I'm not finding the series price on here at the moment. I'm not sure if you can find it or not. It's something that I would like to see on this one because I want to discuss the series price with you in this one. So
why can't I say? Oh no, there it is. Vegas -200.
Vegas -200. What is the? Can you tell me, because I can't find it here? Can you tell me what the handicap line is? Vegas minus a game and a half. That's what I'm looking for.
I will look right this second. Good sir, look at this. We're doing this live on air for everybody.
Sorry, guys.
No, dude, it's all good. With that said, I do want to point out that Carmine bought me the most wonderful gift. It was just absolutely freaking stunning. Why don't you tell them what you got me, Carm?
Uh, I always enter these
I can't
charitable draws and auctions. I think I found it anyways. Charitable draws and auctions. There's one for kids hockey here in north of the border, and I won an auction for a big framed Daryl Sittler. The score sheet is picture of when he scored or when he registered 10 points. The only NHL player to register 10 points in a game. I won that, but I can't have any Leaf memorabilia in this house. It's just not going to happen. So you got it.
Yeah. So there you go, guys. Carmine bought me the nicest present ever by default.
By default, yes.
By default.
Now, would you take the Vegas Golden Knights minus a game and a half plus 105?
Yes, I would.
They're going to get it done in 6 games.
Yes, I would.
It stands to reason you take that.
Yes, that is not a bad bet at all. Carm, we got only another few minutes on the show, so we got to move on because I got to tape the best betting show ever. Am I going to be doing this all week with you or no?
I got Brian Leonard coming in. I got to talk to Don Buster as well too. So, but you will be on a couple more shows. It's a condensed schedule now, but you will be here. Let's talk about a team that wasn't there in Game 1, Prez. The Philadelphia Flyers. You can look at this 2 ways. Either they didn't show up, or the Carolina Hurricanes made them look like they weren't there. It was such a dominating performance by the Canes, and it's just a continuation of what happened in round 1 when they took care of the Ottawa Senators.
Right.
How do they fight out of this spot, the Flyers, or are they just dead in the water in this series?
Dead in the water in the series. And Carm, it's not even just the series. Like, to give you, I had Carolina as a client play last game, and they won. I had them in regulation. It's where I would go again tonight. And I want to give you perspective here. The Philadelphia Flyers have not won a regulation game against Carolina in years. I mean, COVID. That's how long we are talking about. Philadelphia has this is the matchup that Carolina dreams of. We have 2 teams that play an extremely similar style of game. 2 teams that want to play low-scoring, tight-checking, heavy hockey. Both teams forecheck, both teams back-check. They are both designed to clog the neutral zone. Both of them send 1 forechecker in, keep 2 high. These teams mirror each other, and that's why Philadelphia might not win a game this series, because where they matched up beautifully against Pittsburgh, and then it became a matter of whose style of play will win out. Pittsburgh wins, the game likely is a high-scoring game. Philly wins, it's likely a low-scoring game. Well, in this situation, it's not like that. These are 2 identical teams built the same way. One team is light years better than the other. Carolina wins in 5. They win tonight in regulation, going away another 3 goal victory.
Yeah, it's one of those series, Prez. In every series, I try and look at the 2 teams and see if there's any correlation between a team winning in the over or another team winning in the under. I think this is one of those ones where if the Flyers win, they have to win a low-scoring game. They have to win a 2-1, 3-1 type of game. And the Canes have been an under team in these playoffs. They're just shutting teams down. For me, the Vig hopefully doesn't get away from it, but I could see after this game, if this game is another low-scoring game, I could see much like Game 7 of the Montreal series. I could see a 5 in this series happening, whether it happens in Game 3 in Philadelphia or Game 4, or if the series somehow makes it back to Carolina for Game 5. The one interesting thing here, and I get it, the NHL, the scheduling is we talk about it every year, whether it's the regular season or the playoffs, but the Canes are about to play their second game of the second round, and Game 1 of the Atlantic Division Final has yet to be played. It'll be played on Wednesday. So if the Canes sweep this series,
they are going to have a ton of rest.
They're going to have like 9 days off before they get to play the winner of the Montreal Buffalo series. It is nuts.
Buffalo.
Yeah, Montreal Buffalo series.
Yeah, they're going to play Buffalo, right? We're going to keep our
Yes.
fingers crossed for
right.
Buffalo.
Yeah, I love the positivity
There you
from
go,
you
brother.
on that.
There you go.
Okay, Prez. Okay, we have to keep the show short.
My apologies.
Prez has another show, but listen, man, 12-0 totals run.
It's ridiculous. 12 and I'm going for my 13th straight totals win. 20-2 totals run. 20-2 totals run. I'm also on a 10-1 NHL run. Like,
that's pretty
this
good.
is the best run I have had in memory, Carmine. In memory. I've had 4 losing days in the last 18. One of those was a push day. I'm on a 20-2 NHL totals run, a 20-4 NHL run. I mean, it's absolutely unbelievable how I'm seeing things. I've won my last 5 straight NHL games. Anyway, I got a 5% play up tonight. It's my first 5% NHL total of the entire year. Literally of the whole year. I know how you people like to laugh at how I say that. I have an accent. Please head over to WagerTalk and get that play in ASAP. Carm, thanks for having me, my brother. I got to get out of here. Finish the show. Lots of love to everybody. And let's get to 250,000 subscribers, peeps.
Yeah, we're almost there, Prez. I wish you the best of luck on your play. I will call you later to find out what it is. But he's gone. So that is it. There, he's back. All right. It's all good. Guys, short show today. Tomorrow we're going to go over some series. Brian Leonard's going to step into the hosting chair. We're going to cover the game 2, Minnesota and Colorado. And then we're going to talk about some series prices as well, too. Shorter schedule. Andrew's vacationing right now. He is in Portugal, I believe, with his better half and the family. So good luck to, have a great time on your vacation. If you're watching this, Andrew, I'm not going to wish your Montreal Canadiens good luck. That's like 2 people when they get all in poker and they say to each other, good luck. They really don't mean it. Buffalo Sabres for me in that series. But with that said, guys, this is another edition of Puck Time. It was a short one. I'll have some soccer and NHL plays up shortly. Head over to my page, wt.buzz/CB, to get those. A couple plays in the NHL and 2 in soccer today. So 4 plays for me. I wish you guys the best of luck. Short show today, but we'll be back tomorrow with a breakdown of every single series left and the new adjusted series prices. For myself, the Prez, and WagerTalk, guys, good luck with your wagers. We'll see you tomorrow morning.